Hi, I'm your A-class tutor. How many parts of speech are there? Do you know them? In this video, I will take you through all of them, the parts of speech. To start with, we start with listing the parts of speech. In our list, number 1, we have the nouns. Number 2, we have the pronouns. Our number 3, verbs. Our number 4, adverbs. Our number 5, the adjectives. Number 6, the prepositions. Number 7, conjunctions. And lastly, our number 8, the interjections. Wow, this is the list of the 8 parts of speech: nouns, pronouns, verbs, adverbs, adjectives, prepositions, conjunctions, and lastly, interjections. In a sentence, each part of speech shows a specific function. Let us start with the nouns. The first question we should ask ourselves is, what is a noun? A noun is a naming word of a thing, a person, or a place. A noun is a naming word of a thing, a person, or a place. For example, Nairobi, James, rat, man, mango, pen, desk, and lastly, town. We have very many nouns, but in this list, we have just listed a few. In our next video, as we discuss more about the nouns, we will give more examples of nouns and the kinds of nouns, that is, the types of nouns. Now, let's have a look at the nouns in a sentence. Let's see how we can identify them. Remember, a noun is a naming word. To start with, in my first sentence, the pool is so deep. The pool is so deep. Pool is our noun. Number 2, I visited the park. Park is our noun in this sentence. Number 3, Ryan is crying. Ryan is crying. Ryan is our noun in this sentence. Just like we have said, a noun is a naming word of a person. Ryan is a person. A noun is a naming word also of a thing. For example, the pool. Our number 2, I visited the park. Park is a place. So, a noun is a naming word of a thing, a person, or a place. The next group, the pronouns. A pronoun is a word that takes the place of a noun. That means a pronoun replaces a noun in a sentence to avoid repetition of the noun. Examples of the pronouns are he, she, we, I, you, it, my, yours, mine, that, this, those, what, which, who, myself, themselves, whichever, and lastly, its. Also, this is not the full list of the pronouns. There are more pronouns. We will get to learn them in our detailed video on pronouns. From there, we move to our third group of the parts of speech, and that is the verb. Verbs. What is a verb? A verb is a doing word that shows action. A verb is a doing word or a word that shows action. Some examples of verbs are read, eat, cook, walk, run, sing, and many more. Verbs are also categorized in various kinds. We will discuss them in our verbs video. Now we have a sentence here to make more practice or to do more practice on verbs. She read the book. She read the book. Read is the verb in this sentence. It is showing the action. We are learning. We are learning. Now we are learning. Now we are learning, for example. So the action that is taking place is learning. So in our sentence number 2, learning is the verb. Number 3, lay the table now. Lay the table now. The word lay shows action. Thus, it is our verb. Once again, a verb is a doing word or a word that shows the action. The next group of the parts of speech are the adverbs. We start by the question, what is an adverb? An adverb is a word that talks more about a verb, an adjective, or another adverb. An adverb is a word that talks more about a verb, an adjective, or another verb. For example, rarely is an adverb. Seldom is another adverb. Now, slowly, tomorrow, often, daily, and many others. It is good you note that some adverbs can be formed by adding ly to the adjective. For example, the adjective rare. The adjective rare, if we add ly, we get the adverb rarely. The adjective easy. Easy. If we add ly, then we'll talk of easily. Easily. So it is good to note, not all adverbs take ly. For our case here, we have the adverb now, tomorrow, and often. To recap, an adverb is a word that talks more about a verb, an adjective, or another adverb. Now you know. Our next group are the adjectives. What is an adjective? An adjective is a word that describes or gives more information about a noun. An adjective is a word that describes or gives more information about a noun. Examples of adjectives are rowdy, Kenyan, fluffy, Scottish, new, rectangular, old, and many others. Note that some of the adjectives are formed from the noun. For example, the noun Kenya, we can get the adjective Kenyan to show originality. Scotland, we get the adjective Scottish. Now, we look at adjectives in use in a sentence. Our sentence number 1. That's a fluffy jacket. That's a fluffy jacket. The sentence can also read, that's a jacket. That's a jacket. The sentence is very correct. But we are adding more information, or we are giving a description about the jacket. Once we add the word fluffy, we have added more information about the jacket. And jacket in this case is our noun. Our sentence number 2, I bought a nice pen. I bought a nice pen. The sentence can also be read as I bought a pen without the word nice. I bought a pen. If we add the word nice, we give more information about the pen, and the pen in this case is our noun. It is also good to note that in most cases, adjectives will come before a noun. Adjectives will come before a noun. And there are even other cases where we can have more than one adjective coming before a noun. Just to go through once more, we've said an adjective is a word that describes or gives more information about a noun. Wow! We have so far learned several parts of speech. Our next part of speech are the prepositions. A preposition is a word that links noun or pronoun with a part of a sentence. A preposition is a word that links a noun or a pronoun to another word in a sentence or to the part of the sentence. Examples of prepositions are since, under, on, to, in, for, across, with, beside, adjacent, and many others. Now, let's have some sentences to show prepositions. My sentence number 1. How much were you charged for the items? How much were you charged for the items? For is our preposition in this sentence. Sentence number 2. Place it on the table. Place it on the table. On is our preposition in this sentence. Once more, a preposition is a word that links a noun or a pronoun to another word in a sentence or to the other part of the sentence. Our next group of the parts of speech are the conjunctions. What is a conjunction? A conjunction is a joining word. As simple as that. A conjunction is a joining word. It is used to join words and parts of a sentence. It is used to join words and parts of a sentence. Examples of conjunctions are and, but, since, yet, because, either, and many others. In our normal conversations, we use conjunctions many times. Now, conjunctions in a sentence. My sentence number 1. Peter and Ray are good boys. Peter and Ray are good boys. Peter and Ray are good boys, and is the conjunction in this sentence. Sentence number 2. Ahmed came late. Why did Ahmed come late? Ahmed came late because their car broke down. Ahmed came late because their car broke down. Because is our conjunction in this case. We also have kinds or different types of conjunctions. For example, the conjunction because here, it's giving the reason as to why the first part of the sentence action took place. Ahmed came late. Why did Ahmed come late? Ahmed came late because their car broke down. We will learn more about kinds of conjunctions or the types of conjunctions in another video. And lastly, we now look at the interjections. An interjection is a word that shows a sudden emotion. An interjection is a word that shows a sudden emotion. It is good you note that an interjection is always followed by an exclamation mark because it is showing an emotion that has taken place without having been anticipated. Examples of interjections. Alas, hey, yuck, aha, ouch, phew, hooray, wow. We have just concluded going through all the parts of speech. And I end with the word hooray. It is our interjection. Now, let's very quickly just go through the 8 parts of speech. Noun, pronoun, verb, adverb, adjective, preposition, conjunction, and lastly, interjection. Now you know we have 8 parts of speech. Check on our videos on each part of speech to get more details or to get to learn more about each part of speech. Thanks for watching till the end. If you like our video, like and subscribe to A Class Tutor on YouTube. Click on the bell to always be notified of our new video in the future.